Hello. In previous video, I missed one type, okay? Because this one I never used, so at that time I couldn't remember. It's about data types, and we count. There are 8, right? Number, string, boolean, none. It's a 4, and undefined 5. Object symbols 7. The last one is a BigInt, and BigInt. A regular number you cannot exceed this number or less than this one. And if you really have a very large numbers and which exceed or less than this one, then you have to use BigInt to represent. And a BigInt type is also a numeric primitive in JavaScript that can represent integers with arbitrary precision. And how to create it? I append an n at the end of integer literal, or you can call the function BigInt to create BigInts from string or numbers, like this one. Here I have BigInt, okay, very large number, so I have n here. And you can also call the the constructor, which is BigInt, okay. We will talk about how to create objects through the constructor or function, okay, function constructor later. And here you can pass a string, you can also pass a number, like here is a BigInt number. If it's a 10, or which means if it's a 10, you don't need to use a BigInt, right? You can just define a variable, which is the value is 10, okay. I never used a BigInt type, and if you want to use, you can just follow the slides, append an n, represent a really large number, okay. So now we covered 8 data types. Like number is a primitive, okay, which represent a single value. String is also primitive. And boolean, primitive, single value, right? And none is also primitive, right? Single value. And as we know, this undefined should be also primitive. This objects is not primitive. Actually, simple can also become is a primitive if we categorize. And the last one, BigInt, is also primitive, which primitive means what? Primitive means only represent a single value, but objects represent a collection of values. Okay, we will see in the future. So that's all for this video, and I just make this one complete. Okay, I said 8. When I count in last video, it's only 7. Okay, thank you, and I see you in next video. Bye bye.